What's going on, guys? This is Fumble the Bag, episode 3. I'm your host, Max Pollard, and I'm joined here with Chris Franz, Jake Goldstein, and Kyle Kawamoto.
Hello.
What's
Yo,
going
yo,
on?
yo,
All
Yes.
right, so
yo.
I think to start this off, let's just get the obvious out of the way. The MLB Divisional Series games. Obviously, I think the one we're most interested in is the Dodgers and
The
Diamondbacks
Los
series.
Angeles Dodgers, October baseball. Love to see it. You love to see the Dodgers absolutely choke in the in the postseason. So it was hard to watch. Very hard to watch.
I mean, how
Well,
could you
like,
go 100 wins in a season and just not pull it off in the postseason?
I mean, how could you go 111 wins and not pull it off? It's a throwback to last year, you know?
Mm-hmm.
exactly. And then to
Yeah,
another
it's
NL
just-
West opponent again.
We've always dominated the Diamondbacks over the years, but they just wanted it more. They just simply wanted it more. And hey, they played good. They played good baseball, so I'll give it to them. The Dodgers. I'm just so frustrated, man. Like Freddie and Mookie went absolutely cold. Did Mookie even have a? I don't even think Mookie.
I don't
He had
think
like
Mookie
10
got
at
a hit.
bats, and he didn't even get on base, right?
He didn't
Might
get
have
a
had
hit.
like one or two.
Maybe
Like,
one
nothing.
hit.
No, Mookie just went bye bye for the postseason. And it's
Yeah.
just
Just the starting pitching really set the tone too.
Yeah,
It's-
our pitching too.
especially Kershaw in game one.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely brutal. And
Game one
one
was
thing that really stuck out was when the second pitch of the game, James Outman had a routine fly ball go right to him and he dropped it. Like as soon as I saw him drop that ball, I'm like, no, this is a sign. It's not gonna end well. It's of course
Was
like the
that
Dodgers.
was that
are
when
just
Evan Longoria hit?
I think it was Ketel Marte, second batter. Or no, it was the first batter of the game. It was the first batter's second pitch of the entire series. Routine fly ball to center, and Outman dropped it. Like, really set the tone there.
I remember there was another one where I think it was Evan Longoria. He had a pretty hit. I thought Outman was gonna catch it, and he just missed it. I was like, oh
Yeah,
my
exactly.
God. I saw
It
that,
just
and I just
set the
turned the
tone,
game
dude.
off. So mad.
Yeah, right
Yeah,
when I
that
saw
game,
it, dude.
we just our pitching just got blown out. It just got blown up. I don't know. It just fell apart in the postseason.
It's like
Lance
forced to.
Lance Lynn yesterday, man. Everyone hits home runs off him, man. 44 home runs in the regular season.
Mhm.
And I'm just surprised. I'm surprised David Roberts didn't take him out after that third home run, or even the second home run was given up. I
think it just boils down to we're short on pitching to come into the postseason anyways. We lost Julio. We were expected to have Bueller by the end of the season, and he didn't come back. Dustin May.
I forgot about that. Holy shit.
We were completely worn out, basically, in the pitching department. And all we could rely on was Kershaw, and we tried to get in Lance Lynn just to have a veteran presence in our rotation, because we were kind of forced to rely on rookies. And Bobby Miller, for example, in Game 2 was another one we had to kind of throw in the fire. He was doing good in the season, don't get me wrong, but when you throw in a rookie in the fire like that, it's not going to end well, and that's exactly what happened. So, but credit to the D-backs, man. They brought out the bats.
Corbin Carroll, man. That I'm surprised he's a rookie, man. He's playing like he's a 5-10 year veteran. It's insane.
Yeah.
Corbin Carroll is.
They wanted it more, like you said.
Exactly.
They're more of a team, and they have nothing to lose, really. Because they always come second fiddle to the Dodgers every year, and they just want to prove that, we got nothing to lose. We could just do it and play, and it worked. They played as a team.
We're not alone. The Braves also. They fell apart too. So
it's pretty crazy. Orioles went out. Braves went out.
Orioles weren't ready for the postseason, in my opinion.
They'll be back next year, and they'll make him a deeper run.
Yeah, they just were not. They weren't ready. They didn't have. Yeah.
Don't forget about the Rays too. They got
pitching. The Rays. Yeah. See, like
all the first place teams except the Astros were bounced.
I swear to God, if the Astros win it again, dude, I am gonna be livid.
Watch, it'll be Astros against the Phillies. I guarantee it.
Rematch.
That would be nuts.
Dude. I want to see Bruce Bochy on Texas. Make it far and see if he can win another ring. That'd be cool to see. He's a great
Texas
manager.
could win it all for sure, though, right?
Yeah, just the managerial difference, I guess, in the playoffs. I think that makes a big role. Like it's a big role to fill. Like, just having that manager that's been there forever and, will stick to the gut of, whoever's pitching. They won't go looking at all the analytics and all the, what am I saying? So remember in the Toronto Blue Jays series, right? That's an example where Jose Barrios was dealing and he got pulled because it was all part of the plan, even though he's pitching so well. That's just like part of modern day baseball now, I guess. It's all about analytics, and just to have like a manager that will, go with the gut of the pitcher, just leave him out there and if he's dealing instead of having to,
Yeah.
oh, look at the stats, we'll pull him now,
Mhm.
even though like he's dealing. It's just I think it plays a big role. Dusty Baker too with the Astros. So that's my opinion about managers. I want the Rangers to win though now over the
Okay.
Astros.
Speaking of managers,
sure.
what's your opinion about Dave Roberts? That's my bigger question to you.
Oh boy. I don't know if the
Well,
Dodgers like have to. I don't know. I feel like they need to do something. Obviously, like
I don't
just
feel like I feel like it wasn't really his fault this
it
year.
wasn't. It wasn't really. Just we were. Like I said before, our starting pitching just. I don't think even if we beat the D-backs, I just did a 7-game series. I don't know if our rotation, what we have, would be able to match up with like any other team, like the Braves or the Phillies, or they both have really good or pitching. So.
And what's the
I
cost
just
of
feel
them
yeah.
losing for the past 4 years of basically pulling off like triple digit? What was it, like 100 this season?
Yeah,
Last like the
you
last.
know,
Yeah.
I think what plays a big key is the buy. I mean, even though the Astros are where they are, they had the buy, right? But
It's the loss of momentum.
just some teams, especially, I mean, even the Braves too. They were in the buy and they came out cold. They were like they got shut out in the first game against the Phillies. So I mean, this buy thing is kind of I don't know. I feel like it is kind of controversial, especially with the new setup with the wild card and all
I
that.
mean,
But
yeah, with baseball, you play so much during the regular season that when you take that kind of long of a break, it's like,
it
except
really
with the
ices
exception
the
of like the All
players.
Star break. Yeah, exactly. It's like they lose momentum, they get a little too relaxed, and when they get in, they're like completely different players. It's nuts. And we saw that very clearly with like with Mookie and Freddie Freeman. They just
Yeah, they
weren't on
just
their
were
hitting.
cold,
Because
man.
It
honestly,
just yeah.
pitching aside, I at least think we could have made it past the divisional series just because if our hitting was on point. Because it was only in
Yeah.
that first game where the pitching was like really that atrocious. We were
Mhm.
able to kind of contain them in the other two games, but
Yeah, just when you start off a game like 6 runs in the first inning, it kind of just deflates everybody, and it proved to really deflate the offense in a way. So, but that buy though, I'm telling you, it plays factors for some teams. Like you want to keep playing and stay hot. That's baseball. It's a game of streaks, really. So it's kind of tough when you have to take a week off, but right
Mhm.
before like the biggest games of the season. So.
Unless you're the Denver Nuggets, then it's a completely different story.
I mean, even the Astros though, like I said, they're just a professional team. Like I've said it before, but yeah,
it's hard to
just
say
why,
because
dude. I don't know.
they cheated in that 2017 World Series.
Yeah, I mean, ever since then they've proved to the world that they can keep making the playoffs, keep like becoming an elite team and proving that they can perform in the playoffs. So I mean, even after the cheating, but I mean, I'm not gonna obviously ride the Astros, but I guess I'm just trying to give them props in a way.
Yeah,
But
that's year's win. As much as it's a hard pill to swallow, they did play really well. Like
yeah,
well enough to win for
Jordan,
sure.
dude. Jordan had like, was he have 4 home runs now? It's like he's insane. Jordan Alvarez is probably the best hitter in the playoffs right now, arguably.
All
What
right.
else?
Well, I'd like to go and transition into football real quick. For the NFL quarter season, kind of like where we're at with teams, and we're starting to see stuff form more. So, from my perspective, I want to also talk about the game that happened tonight. It was Chiefs Broncos, and
Chiefs
Chiefs
Broncos.
won, and they're the Super Bowl champs. But I don't know. For the last couple of weeks, they really haven't been looking all too good. Like they've only been getting a lot of buzz because like Taylor Swift's been like there, and everyone's like kind of rooting for the guy. But like in reality, like they have been playing all too well. Like they won't beat the Broncos by like 11 points, and like Mahomes had like a really bad pick in the red zone. I don't know. I'm starting to lose faith in that kind of team for sure.
Interesting. Let me
Yeah,
see.
I mean,
Pull up some things.
but I don't know. It's at this point in the season, it's looking like the San Francisco 49ers are like an unbeatable team.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I was watching some of the game against the Cowboys. Yeah, that looked pretty brutal.
I thought it was going to be a lot closer, but no. Like I mean, Dak Prescott had like 3. He went back to his last season, so he just did not look good. And the 49ers look like unstoppable. But I don't know. You never know with the 49ers. It's like they look so unbeatable until like they're beaten in like the playoffs or something like that, and then then they're like, oh okay, they're just the 49ers. They don't really get enough flack for that, in my opinion. For them not like they get less flack than the Cowboys, but they kind of spout the same stuff as the Cowboys. They just made it farther in the playoffs, but they haven't won a Super Bowl since like the 90s, like the Cowboys. So I don't know. And you know, you go on to AFC. My Buffalo Bills lost, unfortunately, but
Oh no.
I don't know.
Oh, they lost
They
to the
lost
Jags.
to the
Wow.
Jaguars. Yeah, but Jags are a good team. They lost to the last time they played the Jaguars. It was an ugly loss too. It was like 6-9, and it was almost like comedy. Like because the Jaguars have a player on their defense named Josh Allen. The Bills have Josh Allen, the quarterback. And in that game, not in this recent one, but the last one, that Josh Allen picked off Josh Allen and he sacked Josh Allen a couple times too. And it was the score, like I said, was 6-9 was the final score. It's
6-9.
absolutely nuts.
Wow.
Yeah. That is the most hilarious score, like other than like the whole it's been just that low of a score is just nuts. They only put like kick field goals. Like I don't know.
But I do want to touch back at the 49ers. Because I did notice that they're on a 17-game winning streak, continuing on from the last season, pretty much.
Brock Purdy, undefeated, right? In the
he's been very good. Like I don't think Brock Purdy is like an elite level quarterback like Mahomes or Allen or Herbert or like Lamar or anything or Hurts or whatever. But I do think he's a quarterback that is very much capable of winning a Super Bowl, and he can manage this system. People like he's a system quarterback, sure, but like he's a very good system quarterback. He can manage the system so perfectly. Like he's like a missing puzzle piece to the. It's crazy, and he was the last pick of the draft. It's just nuts.
Yeah, was it Mr. What's his nickname? I forgot. Mr. Irrelevant, right? Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant,
That's what
yeah.
they
It's
called
the
him,
last
right?
pick of the draft. Every year it's called that, but it's kind of like funny in his name because
Proving him wrong though. He's been
killing it.
doing good. I mean, the Niners just have crazy offensive weapons though, right? They have the McCaffrey, they got Deebo Samuel, Ayuk, Kittle. So, I mean, that definitely helps.
Kyle
But
Juszczyk, too,
obviously,
if
you have
you
to
wanna
be able to
him.
work in the system. Yeah, but
And then because
Much as I
talent can
know.
only take you so far, even in basketball. I mean, look at like the Nets, but and also look at their defensive weapons. You got Fred Warner, Talanoa Hufanga. You got Denzel Ward, and actually I'm trying to think. I think I think I've never got, but yeah, like their defense is just so. Eric Armstead, another good guy. It's Kyle Shanahan has put a really good team in front of it. So if these guys don't win the Super Bowl like at all in the next few years, it'll be honestly like it'll be kind of shocking. But
yeah, they should.
I mean, looking
They
at
should
their
be a heavy
schedule,
favorite.
looking at their schedule for the next 7 games until they play Philly, looks like they're just going to be winning and winning and winning unless something comes up. But
They got
it
the
looks like
Browns coming out.
that's the more challenging game is them playing Philly. And
the thing is, Philly doesn't even look all that good defensively. Offensively, they look pretty good, but not the same like last year. Like their run game this year is like elite, but the passing game is like awful. And even Jason Kelsey, their center, was talking about how he's frustrated that they can't get like red zone touches, like or just they can't be effective in the red zone. And look at the stat of Jake Elliott has like more points total scored this season than like the Giants do this season. Like the whole team, he alone. And it's like that's hilarious against the Giants, but at the same time, it's kind of a dig on the Eagles because like why aren't you scoring more touchdowns so he wouldn't have to be scoring this many points as a kicker, you know?
I remember watching a little bit of that game against the Rams and seeing the what do they call it? The brotherly shove, the tush push or
Yeah.
something. It's funny that play. Everyone's like they should
it's a
ban
good
it.
play,
It's crazy OP. Like it's funny.
But
Like, I
people
just
people
noticed
call
that.
it OP, but at the same time, like if it's they only really them, they have the perfect unit to execute it because their offensive line is so strong, like physically, like not just like they're strong as a unit, but like performance wise, but they're like they know how to like be strong, so they're able to make that kind of push to basically guarantee a first down on a 4th and 1 or 3rd and 1 or whatever. And
Yeah, and Jalen Hurts is like a really strong quarterback too, like physically, right? So
yeah, he can squat
that
like
helps.
600 pounds.
Yeah, I remember hearing that a while ago.
Yeah. I mean, I was rooting for the Rams that game, and not only because I had Matthew Stafford at quarterback in fantasy because Justin Herbert was on by, but also because like I like Stafford, I like Cooper Kupp, I like Puka Nacua. I think they're really fun guys to watch. Like they were kind of out of left field this season, and it's just I mean Puka Nacua, I don't think he's gonna even though with Cooper Kupp back, I don't think he's gonna slow down too much. Maybe
Hopefully
might not get as
not.
many
He's been looking
receptions.
good, so
Yeah. In fact, it might make him more effective because if everyone's focused on Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua can just get open and it's still like so against a really good like secondary, he might thrive. Who knows?
yeah. Also, the Rams traded Van Jefferson too, right? So maybe he'll be getting more looks. Puka
Yeah,
will,
exactly.
hopefully. He'll get a higher opportunity with the Rams now for sure. With Van Jefferson going to the Vikings, right?
He went to the Falcons.
Falcons, sorry.
It was Cam Akers went to the Vikings.
Yeah, that's where I mixed it up.
What's the red zone?
Red zone is the 20 yards to like the end zone. It's 20-yard point. So it's basically like
okay.
Yeah.
You're about to score basically.
I mean, I
watch.
Yeah, I don't really pay attention to football too much, guys.
just let us talk, and you'll learn a lot. Like,
yeah, I'm listening. It's very interesting, but
kind of like I'm not super knowledgeable in something like baseball, but you guys, when you talk about it, I'm like learning. I'm like, oh, interesting. But I don't know. Football is just gonna get crazier every week and week, so I'm excited to see what's going on. And
yeah, how about Joe Burrow? He bounced back, didn't he? Along with Jamar Chase too.
I want to see him play a better team. Like I'll give him the props because they played really well. A little too well. I played against Jamar Chase in fantasy football and DJ Moore, and combined between the two of them, they had like 101 points.
I saw posts about them.
Yeah, it was fun to play against. That's why I lost. But I mean, Jamar Chase had a great game. But I'm trying to remember who the Bengals play next week because I think they can do well. It's just I wonder if Joe Burrow is actually like back in terms of like injury.
They play the Seahawks.
That's going to be a real litmus test. If they can win that, then I think the Bengals are officially back. And
the Seahawks, they're 3-1. Did anyone expect that? Really?
I kind of did. They played a pretty good season last year.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the Seahawks, Geno Smith's been playing pretty well, and their running game's been pretty good too. And then their defense, I mean, granted, they played like the Giants a couple weeks ago, which they did really well, but still, I mean, like, you got to give them their kudos. They have a really solid secondary. I think the only thing I would fix about their defense is probably put like a pass rusher, like an edge rusher or something like that. That would make them a bit better. But otherwise, yeah, they're really good.
I guess coming this week, I was gonna ask you like what matchups look like. You know, they're gonna be pretty good matchups. I'm looking at the schedule right now, and I see Lions Bucks. The Lions are 4-1, and Bucks are 3-1.
Yeah, Bucks are only 3-1 because they defensively, offensively pretty good. Baker Mayfield's actually been playing decent. Like he's been playing pretty well, and they're defensively they've been playing like their asses off. Like
he's got pretty good numbers. I'm looking at him.
A game that looks pretty good is I think Chargers versus Dallas.
Chargers. That's Monday Night Football. Yeah, looks like a good game.
I feel bad on Sunday Night Football. It's going to be an absolute bloodbath. I'm not even saying that as a bias. Like the Giants are so bad, and the Bills like. They arguably could have won last week if they just got everything on offense, but I think this is going to be one of those games where it's over by like the halftime. It's not going to look pretty, especially because Daniel Jones, even though he's not good, like he would be their best chance of winning if he's playing, if him and Saquon are playing. So if he's out, they're kind of screwed.
Yeah, looking at the schedule.
Questionable, huh?
Yeah, looking at the schedule, it doesn't seem like it's going to be that much of an interesting football Sunday to be watching any games until Monday.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to think. Who are the Eagles playing? They're playing the
Eagles.
They're playing the Jets.
That would have been such a good game if Aaron Rodgers didn't get hurt.
Yeah, it would have been.
That actually would be like a really good game. I'm still mad about that. Though, like I don't know. I think the Jets won last week, if I'm not wrong. They won against the Broncos.
I mean, what was crazy is that there was footage that came up of Rodgers when he, I forgot what his injury was.
Achilles rupture.
Yeah, when he tore his Achilles rupture. Like, you just see it when he snaps the ball. They slowed the frame down. They zoomed in on his ankle, and you just see it go. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I saw, and you can also like and like the mic'd up, you can kind of hear it. It's yeah. It was really heartbreaking. Like I know we're a few weeks late, obviously, but when Rodgers said like "sorry, kid" to Garrett Wilson because like he was hoping to like because Garrett Wilson's a very promising rookie. He's a very skilled player. He had 1,000 yards last year with such horrible quarterback play. Who knows what he would have done with 4-time MVP Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. So, who knows? I mean, he based on what he's like been saying, I think he's going to come back and he's going to play really well when he does come back, which scares me because he's in division to my team. But I mean, but also at the same time, if we can conquer a team like that and the Dolphins, like I think that we can. That makes our team really good. So we'll see.
There was another team I was looking at. No, going back on the Rams, you think that they're gonna at least bounce back, having Cooper Kupp back in the lineup?
Yeah, they played the Eagles. The Eagles are like a decent team, so it's like the fact they win, I can't like fault them on too much on that. Cooper Kupp had a pretty good game. Like I don't think he had a touchdown, but he had like 119 receiving yards, which is pretty good. So he had a pretty decent game.
Pretty competitive too. They have the Cardinals coming up, so
I think they're gonna win. That'll be a good win for them.
Look out for the Rams, hopefully.
Yeah, I could see him maybe making like a 7th seed, possibly, because the NFC is still kind of weak. Like, and like the only like, in my opinion, like the only 2 real contending three. There's like maybe 3 good teams in the NFC that are like can make the Super Bowl. I think the Lions, the Eagles, and the 49ers.
Yeah.
In that order.
That's fair.
I think the Lions could make the NFC Championship. They're that
how
good.
About the Vikings though? 1-4 right now, huh?
And Justin Jefferson's on IR. He got hurt.
Oh no.
So they're basically just done.
What's going on with them, huh?
There's a lot of injuries, man. There was so many injuries last week. Like so many people are questionable.
Yeah, they did have some pretty hard matchups, I'd say. I mean, they had the Eagles, the Chargers, Chiefs. They beat the Panthers. That's who they beat. So
yeah,
I mean, they lost
the Panthers
3 pretty decent teams.
The Panthers haven't won a game yet. So
yeah, so the Panthers are
0-5, right?
Yeah, poor Bryce Young. I don't even think it's his fault. He just has there's no one on that team.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard good things about him. Same with CJ Stroud too, right? On the Texas, right?
He's been playing really well. He's been playing super good. He's looking to be like one of the best rookie quarterbacks you've ever seen. That's good. He hasn't thrown a pick yet this whole season.
Wow.
I wish I could say the same for Anthony Richardson, but he's just kind of injury prone at the moment. He's really good, but like I think in a few years, as long as he is not sidelined by injuries, like I think he'll be like a superstar, like Lamar Jackson or like Jalen Hurts. He's that good. We'll have to see. Like with Bryce Young, I don't think he'll. I'm afraid that with him, he's good and he's talented and he's got a lot to offer, but I'm fearful that they're gonna try to like blame it on him rather than like all the coaching staff and stuff for not building around him or the front office. But like in reality, he can play well. Just you got to build around him. Which they even said they needed a wide receiver 1, and which is such a shame because in that trade to the Bears for the first overall pick, they gave away their wide receiver 1, DJ Moore, who had like a historic game last week with like 239 receiving yards and like 2 or 3 touchdowns. It was insane. That's like a top 10 all-time quarterback wide receiver performance like in a single game. So
could it be the Tim Tebow effect pretty much, or is it a completely different standard saying, knowing Tim Tebow was one of the greatest college quarterbacks, but now he was like a laughingstock in the NFL.
Bryce Young Bryce Young's in college wasn't like he was just revered for his overall play. Well, Tim Tebow was like legendary in college football. He absolutely dominated. But Bryce Young just played really well, and he was seen as like super pro ready. And I think it's just his team isn't right for him. The offensive line isn't like the best, and he's like not very big, so he needs a really good offensive line in order for him to succeed. Plus, Frank Reich is a coach that has basically mostly dealt with like kind of taller quarterbacks, like 6'4", 6'5". Like pocket passers, and Bryce Young's a little more mobile, so I don't know. I don't know if it's a coaching issue or I think Frank Reich can learn to maybe adapt to it, but they just got to build around him better. So college ball. I mean, I didn't really keep up too much last week. But...
I watched the USC game against Arizona. That was a pretty crazy game. It's the first triple overtime I've watched in college. It was kind of interesting though, too. Yeah.
There was a game last year that was like 9 overtimes or something.
No way.
College overtime is crazy with how it plays because they don't play in normal regulation. They play like they'll start from like I think the 20-yard line for the first part, and then they score a touchdown and then go for an extra point or 2 point. Then they do another, I think, from 10-yard then they have to score a 2-point conversion, I believe.
Yeah,
And
they like
then-
switch off 2-point.
And then after
conversions, like-
that, it's only 2 points. So they keep
Yeah.
on hitting. If they keep on hitting 2 points, the first person to basically miss, and like if like the other person doesn't miss, they go to another overtime. And if one person gets it and the other person doesn't, then they win. I honestly think it's a little more fair than like NFL overtime, but it's kind of lucrative. So who knows?
Well, I don't know what stopped the SC offense or defense to hold Arizona from scoring 41 points, pretty much, and going to three overtimes.
It's kind of a shame. Caleb Williams is basically just carrying him on his back.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
He could if they make the college football playoffs for sure, or they get like at least 10 wins. Like Caleb Williams is gonna win the Heisman again because he's putting up crazy numbers still. I think it's him or Penix, Michael Penix Jr. He's been really good too.
Another game I did see on social media was the Louisville and Notre Dame game. That was
insane.
Yeah.
No one thought Louisville would win that because Notre Dame has
Exactly.
had like a pretty strong start to the season, but they've been kind of slowing down ever since they lost to Ohio State.
Dude, I was watching some of the replays and the O-line was like bugging the living daylights out of me. It's like they would leave a pocket, or I'm trying to know what the correct terminology is, but they left the quarterback open to be tackled, to be sacked.
They basically couldn't close gaps.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, seriously? And you guys are ranked number 10 in the nation, and you guys can't do that? And you guys are leaving your quarterback wide open?
Yeah. I talk about Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Specifically, yeah. Notre Dame's quarterback is like pretty good, but I don't know. It's kind of off topic, but I don't know if you see what he looks like. He does not look like he should be playing college ball. He looks like he's been playing college ball for like 40 years. He looks pretty old. Not like super old, but like he looks very, very mature. He's got like a big beard and stuff. He looks very adult.
I'm looking at a picture of him right now.
Sam Hartman, I think is his name.
Sammy Hartman, yeah.
Yeah. He looks crazy. Trying to think any other like crazy. I mean,
the Georgia
Colorado
Tech and Miami games.
Oh yeah, that was nuts. That end was oh my gosh.
It's
like
it's like they couldn't. Miami had the ball. They were supposed to take a knee, but they didn't knee it, and then
they like ran it and fumbled it.
Yep.
Yeah,
and that's what caused the. Who was it? It was Georgia Tech to.
They like
win the
stat
game.
padding or something. What were they? Whoever made that play call is such an idiot, dude. Like, my goodness, like.
I mean,
how?
Literally, the coach was like, "What the heck just happened?"
That had to have been the OC, the offensive coordinator, or if the quarterback did something stupid like make an audible for a run, just to like maybe his like running back wanted to give him some like extra reps, which is ridiculous. Like that cost you the game. Like
I just laughed as soon as I saw it. I laughed.
Yeah.
I was just like, "This is so embarrassing." I mean,
Like,
come
how?
on, you guys are a well-known college team, college program, and you guys pull a stunt like this, and
I mean. Look how far they've fallen. Honestly, Miami has not been the same since that legendary 01 team.
but
How about
Go ahead, Chris.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, Chris.
Oh, I was gonna bring up the Oklahoma Texas game if you guys were paying attention to that one.
Oh,
I
the
saw a
Red
lot of news
River
about
rivalry.
that one. The Red River rivalry, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the great college football rivalries. So I didn't really see much about the game, like craziness wise, other than the fact that it just gets a lot of coverage because it's a big historic rivalry.
But did you watch it, Chris?
No, I mean I just saw news about it. I'm looking at like a article. It said it drew the biggest Week 6 college football audience. Apparently, I guess yeah. And the
I mean,
rivalry's
it's up
pretty big.
there. It's up there with some of the big, like I think. Whenever people talk about big college rivalries, it's weird because I know not a lot of people talk about USC, UCLA, but I always felt like that was a big deal because growing up, people would always talk about that rivalry, like USC, UCLA, and how they hated each other. But I mean, I think the biggest rivalry is either Army Navy because that's like the one game of the year where with both those programs that everyone actually watches, and also the game. Like it's so big, it's called the game, which Ohio State, Michigan. That game is always crazy.
Yes.
And I think Michigan, they won the last 2 years. They've been doing well. I don't know. I don't. People say that they're kind of fraudulent, but they've been really coached really well with Jim Harbaugh, which I think he should come back to the NFL. He was thinking about it like last season, but I think maybe in the next couple of years we could see him back for sure. Because when he was a coach in 49ers, they went to the Super Bowl. So
what about the Bama and Georgia rivalry? I think that one was always
that one's pretty good, but I think like. It's more like it's only been as good as it is only because like more recently because like Georgia and Alabama. I mean, Alabama's always been pretty good, but it's more like in the recent times they've both been really good. So it's like that. Now it's pretty crazy, but I don't know. Historically, Army Navy's been really good. USC Notre Dame is a pretty good one too.
Yes, I remember going to the games when I was a kid, and just seeing the crowd and basically the student section, just the environment itself was just absolutely like just crazy.
Yeah, I remember. I think I saw a picture. It was like Bryce James, and it was like he was thinking about like it was like an offer, I think, to go to Notre Dame, and it's like that'd be crazy if he went to Notre Dame and then like his brother goes to USC. That'd be like nuts.
That'd be funny.
That'd be pretty
That
funny.
would definitely intensify the rivalry.
It'll be.
But the thing is, like, they wouldn't be playing at the same time, like, because Bronny's only going to play for like a year, more than likely, unless he can't play due to like injury, which he had that heart issue, so who knows? But if like he does play, he's going to go to the NBA because Braun wants to play with Bronny, so
that's got to happen at some point, right?
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't it be funny if he actually stays and does his 4 years at USC and then plays against Bryce at Notre Dame? It'll be like the fight against who's gonna.
That would be
get
like
their dad's
the craziest
affection.
NIL.
Yeah.
It's like
Who's LeBron gonna root for?
It's like, should I go for Bryce or should I go for Braun?
Also,
Should I
then
go
like
Bryce,
if
should I
that's the
go
case,
for Braun?
LeBron's gonna be like 42 years old playing in the NBA. He's gonna be like
Which I wouldn't be surprised if he does, to be honest.
Dude, and he played pretty well too. LeBron's been playing well, like even at this age. Like he'll still at least be decent, like at 42 if he decides to play that long.
But to bring it back to college ball, I think week 7 it's gonna be a fun one because you got the USC Notre Dame game. You have there was another one I did see. There was Washington against Oregon. They're both 5-0 right now.
That could be nuts. I think Penix and Bo Nix are gonna have like a shootout. And I like Michael Penix Jr. because not just because of his name, but he's actually like really good at football. But some of these other ones are gonna be like kind of stinkers, like Georgia Vanderbilt. That's gonna be so brutal. But I think it would be so funny if Vanderbilt won that. Like I don't think they are, but that would be really funny.
What other games? UCLA, Oregon State,
Texas A&M and Tennessee might be pretty good.
Looks like a fun week.
Yeah. Auburn, LSU. I mean, LSU is pretty meh, and Auburn's pretty meh.
Isn't that a rivalry kind of or no?
Auburn, LSU. I mean, aren't they both the Tigers? Is Auburn the Tigers too?
I think that's why I thought of that rivalry because they're both Tigers.
Damn, I didn't even realize Kansas is 6-1 or 5-1. They're playing Oklahoma State. Good luck to them. Oh, poor Pitt. They're 1-4. Oh gosh.
Face Louis.
Mizzou and Kentucky. They're both 5-1.
Yeah.
Penn State's gonna have a breeze through Massachusetts.
Should be.
Penn State's been playing pretty well, right?
Yeah, they're number 6. They're 5-0 right now.
Poor Florida and Syracuse, dude. Like Syracuse is another team, and they're just gonna get wiped. Florida State. I can see them making the college football playoffs. They're ranked 4 right now, I think, right?
Yeah, they're number 4.
They're 4. So they're already technically in as of right. If they keep on it, like if they keep on winning, they'll make the college football playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see there's another ranked matchup where there's a few 2 ranked. So USA, Oregon State, they're both ranked, and then there's Miami and UNC. They're both ranked too, so that could be pretty decent.
Yeah.
Be fun to watch for college football Saturday.
A lot of action. Oh well. Even throughout the day, that sucks.
Yeah, well, I just checked. I mean, early on, I can watch it. I'm gonna go ahead and transition into NBA preseason.
NBA.
I haven't really been following it, but I want to know your guys' thoughts.
Well, I kind of lost hope for the Mavericks after seeing them in 0-3. I was giving them actual hope. I was thinking, maybe they kind of turn themselves around and actually play b-ball, but I was wrong.
They played Real Madrid too, right? Barely won. Oh no, did they lose or did they win?
No, they lost the Real Madrid.
They lost, huh? Oh my god.
That's Luka's old team.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm
gosh.
assuming he didn't play too much because it's preseason, but I'm still usually the NBA teams are always historically going to be beating those European teams in the preseason. Like just historically.
Yeah,
But
and I don't. I mean, I'm not going to give any credit to Real Madrid. No offense to them, but like I'm going to give most of like the flack to the Mavs because they've kind of just been like I don't think they could. I think they can miss the playoffs again this year with how they're like if how they're playing this bad. I mean, like
yeah,
they messed up with that Kyrie trade. They really did. They shouldn't have made it.
yeah, I don't. Kyrie is just an anomaly in my opinion. I don't know what he bring. I mean, he obviously he's a good talent, but it's just I don't know if he's like the locker room guy. Like I don't know what's going on. But
I don't think he's the best. I'm not going to say he's as bad for the locker room as some other people, but he also
yeah,
just
well,
brings a lot of
no doubt,
baggage with him
yeah,
with this controversy and like what he
yeah.
says.
I don't know if like I want to label him as like a drama queen, but like in the ways of like James Harden kind of thing. But
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's like a diva or a drama queen necessarily. I think James Harden's way worse, but it's just like his controversy brings a lot of baggage, so he's
yeah,
always
true.
gonna be kind of hyper scrutinized. And not only that, it's like I don't know if like he can be a diva like on the James Harden level in certain circumstances. So it's like I don't know. He's kind of a risk versus
Mhm.
reward type thing.
Well, speaking of James Harden, his 76ers are 0-2 right now.
Uh-oh,
Yeah.
not looking
Yeah.
good for them.
I mean,
But it's always preseason. But
yeah.
they play the Celtics twice too. So and Porzingis has been looking good for
Yeah,
the
Celtics
Celtics.
have like insane depth.
Okay,
I'm gonna cut that out.
No, leave it.
bro.
What?
That's a goaded.
No.
That's a goaded
No,
play.
leave it.
That's one of my favorite basketball moments.
We could do
Those
like
guys-
sound. I could do like little sound bites
Well,
in between when you guys are saying.
pick your times.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I
like
guess.
because here, cut this part out. But like Howard Stern has like soundboard on his talk show. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like Baba Booey.
Baba Booey.
I'm more shocked about Houston being 2-0.
Oh,
Yeah.
Houston's 2-0, huh?
Did you see that Dylan Brooks got ejected?
Dylan Brooks got ejected. I saw
Of course
that.
he did. He's just a clown on the court, off the court, anywhere he goes. He's
a decent defender, but if he keeps up the clownery, like no one's gonna want him. Like he's not good enough to him to keep up his clownery. No offense to him. No, full offense to him actually. He was mean to the Lakers last year. Screw him.
Yeah,
Dude, he's like
screw him.
he's just a guy that wants to pick fights. That's all he wants to do.
Yeah.
Instead of playing, if he spent that time picking fights, playing actual good basketball, he might actually be like a star player. But
Yeah. Well, other than him, though, I mean, in terms of they have Jabari Smith Jr. He's been popping off pretty well. Pretty good,
Jalen
pretty
Green.
solid. Yeah, Jalen Green, and then what's his name? Alpern, if I say it, Alpern Sengun. He showed a lot of promise last year, and I think there's a lot of high hopes for him because he's kind of seen as like a point center in a way. Kind of do it all for what was his stat line today? He had 12.6 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, 1 block. That's pretty solid. They have a solid young core in Houston. They beat the Pelicans today.
I see them as kind of like a. If I remember, is Houston? They're in the East, right?
No, they're in the West.
They're in the West. Okay, I'm about to say I was gonna say like they're like the Thunder of like the East, but they're not. But like the Thunder, they're also a good young core. But I have more faith in the Thunder to like succeed.
Yeah.
But you never know.
Well,
The
because they
Rockets
made it
could
to the
be-
playoffs, so the Thunder did.
Yeah. How about Wemby? He played pretty well. Like his first preseason game. Like he's looking pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, if he I hope he can stay healthy. That's all I'm
Yeah.
worried about with him because of his frame, and that's really it.
Yeah, that kind of frame though is kind of been like popularized. The kind of really tall,
True,
ultra skinny guy, like Chet Holmgren's another like example.
Yeah. No, same with Chet too, yeah. Then they played each other, Chet, or the Thunder and Spurs, right? The first game, I'm pretty sure. Chet dropped 21, pretty solid. Yeah, so
Yeah,
they have a solid
Well,
young
let's see.
core.
it's gonna be interesting, and I think underrated guy on the Spurs. I like Jeremy Sohan. I think he's decent. He could be pretty good. He could work.
He's like an
well
energy
alongside.
guy, isn't he? I
Yeah,
feel like. Yeah. And then they
he's
have
got
like
good vibes. He's
I
like
think there's high hopes on Devin Vassell too. He's been showing some promise, young talent. We'll see where the Spurs can go.
Yeah, I'm not expecting him to like even really make the playoffs or like
Yeah.
play really well, but like they can build a foundation. Like I think this year should be dedicated to see what they can do and how they can potentially build around Wemby. So obviously, I'll go back to talking about the Lakers. I think they're looking pretty decent too. They're looking like an
Yeah,
actual.
I'm not gonna lie. And you heard about Darvin Ham wanting AD to shoot 6 threes, right?
I don't think so. I don't think I
I don't
saw
know
that.
about that. There was like a little thread that, I mean, as much as you
Uh,
want him to shoot, I mean, much as you want threes in this game nowadays, I don't know if you want like your
I
center
think we have
being out
players
on the
on the
3-point
Lakers
line.
that can do
Yeah,
that perfectly fine. We don't need AD.
I mean,
He should
Christian
just
Wood
do
is
what
a
he does
stretch five.
best.
Christian Wood can
Yeah,
shoot threes too. I mean, we
Hachimura.
got Torian Prince, Hachimura, Reeves.
yeah.
That's my
Reeves
guy
and
Reeves.
D'Lo
Yeah,
can even be pretty good at threes. Like
yeah,
sometimes he's not a big. Sometimes he bricks them, but other times he can drain
yeah.
them
I
and
think the
stuff
main
like that.
problem with D'Lo is his defense. So if he can prove that he can play
If he can
defensively pretty well,
play better
then
than Gabe Vincent, he can win that starting job. But it wouldn't
yeah.
surprise me if Gabe Vincent took it, which is no disrespect to D'Lo, but Gabe Vincent's like he's looking pretty good too.
Hmm.
Plus, I'm biased because I've met Gabe Vincent like once.
Really? You've met him?
Yeah. So
Interesting.
I was working the front office on my high school for like
Hmm.
credit, and he knew one of the alum of my school, and he went to speak about the book that this alum wrote about a kid who liked my high school's like sports program, and he went to speak about it, and like this is when he's first on the Kings, and like he was like an undrafted guy, and like he remember he went in and he's like yeah I play at the NBA, I'm on the Kings, and I was like oh no way, I looked him up. I've been following ever since. I don't think I doubt you ever remember like talking to me, but it was just cool like
No,
seeing
that's
him
really cool.
succeed.
Wow.
It's
Mhm.
cool seeing him like now actually like succeed and like do pretty decently well.
Yeah,
So,
he was doing really well with the Heat. They're in that playoff run. Like, oh my gosh, he was winning them games at some points. Like, so
yeah,
he's a solid player.
like
Glad
when
he's on the
Jimmy
Lakers
wasn't doing
now.
well, he would pretty succeed. So
Yeah.
I almost kind of hope he wins the starting job, even though I really liked Elo.
I mean, today. Wait, so that was the 12th. So the Phoenix Suns beat the Blazers too. They look pretty good. I mean, Nurkic had 17 points. D-Book 18, KD 16. Okay, I mean,
Yeah,
Eric
the
Gordon had
Dream
20
Blazers
points.
aren't looking too terrible. They're not looking as
I mean,
bad as
Scoot
they
Henderson, man, he played 30 minutes, 22 points. I mean, he's showing up.
yeah.
Hopefully he'll take Dame's spot. You know,
Yeah, this is
good.
it's kind of they gotta have to make it his team. They drafted him
Yeah,
so high, like they kind of had to.
yeah, that's another way to look. Malcolm Brogdon's still in the Blazers. He played. That's interesting. I thought they would get rid of him. Wait, what? Didn't he get traded to? Oh, never mind. I guess he's on the Blazers now. I thought he got
NBA
flipped after that.
NBA
I don't
trades
know.
get so weird because like they go somewhere and they like get dry. It's you
Oh
never know
yeah,
where someone's gonna go.
I thought the Blazers would like try to trade him for picks or something because they're rebuilding, but hmm,
Yeah,
interesting.
we'll
Me-
see.
Memphis.
I think it is good that they got rid of Dame because they got some decent
Well,
assets for
yeah,
him,
they had to, dude. They
and now
had to.
Scoot can like
Hmm.
if they can make it about him, I feel like he can really thrive.
No, it's about time they moved on from Dame. So
I
good
think
for them. Good for Dame.
Memphis
Hopefully he
is
wins the
doing
ring.
all right.
Memphis.
Yeah, which I don't like to admit because Memphis was so annoying last year in the playoffs, but. I think John Morant is such a good player. Hopefully, he stay out of trouble.
Well, he's suspended according to ESPN. It says on his
20
thing.
games.
Yeah, he's suspended. So
You
still.
still got to serve that suspension.
Yep.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what he gets. Hopefully, D Rose, I think we talked about this before, but hopefully he can kind of put some sense into him. So
Yeah.
Having
I
a
mean, he doesn't
veteran
like
show him
D-Rose.
the ropes.
Yeah. I mean, D-Rose has D-Rose really been super controversial? I don't recall him being like
No.
any bit controversial.
no, he's probably one of the most loved players in the NBA,
Yeah,
arguably.
the most controversial part about him is the fact that if he hadn't gotten hurt, who knows what would happen?
Yeah.
Who knows how good he would have
Definitely like the biggest what if, like in sports, arguably. Not
been.
gonna
Oh, for
lie.
sure.
What he could have done with the Bulls, man. So sad,
Yeah.
dude. It's honestly so
But the
sad.
Bulls fans are pissed. Like,
They
the
almost beat
Bulls,
LeBron in the Heat. Like, oh,
yeah.
brutal.
It's ever since the Bulls have not been the same. Like, I remember they made the playoffs a couple of years ago, season before this last ones, but
I think
yeah,
so.
Was it with
Yeah.
DeRozan?
They
I'm
had
pretty
the
sure.
they had the
They made
everyone
the-
called it
play
their
him.
trio, DeBalzac, because you had DeMar, Lonzo Ball, and Zach LaVine. DeBalzac.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Alonzo, man. I really want him to play, dude.
Zach LaVine, that guy could dunk like it's no other, dude.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, it takes me
You
back
guys
to the
seen that
2016 dunk contest, dude.
that
Zach
video where I think it was Cody something on the bowl? He just yells in the middle of like a press conference, and he's like, "See what I got to deal with." It was so funny.
Was it Kobe White? Is that right?
Might have been, yeah.
Yeah. I think I remember that. Yeah. Bulls.
But it's gonna be a very interesting season because, even though looking at the bench of the Bucks for the last 2 games, Giannis and Lillard did not play. They haven't played yet, but I'm kind of waiting for them when they do play for the preseason, see what the box score is gonna be, pretty much.
Yeah, they should be lighting it up, to be honest. That's like kind of a perfect duo, honestly. Just having a guy that can shoot the lights out like Dame does, and having Giannis just dominating in the paint. It's literally a perfect match,
And he can shoot threes.
Yeah, honestly. Can't wait to see like Dame lobs to Giannis, and it's gonna be fun to watch for the Bucks for sure. That's for sure.
They're gonna be able to, I think if they both stay healthy, they could beat a lot of teams.
Yeah,
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Let's see. The Nuggets, they beat the Suns.
That's not a surprise. Nuggets are good.
Yeah. I saw like a clip of Jokic just casually hitting a 3 in front of somebody like it's nothing. It's so funny to me how he's just
Are you talking about the
so
one that
casual.
they inbounded the ball and he let it roll all the way to half court? Then he picked up the ball. He went to the 3-point line and
I'm pretty sure that was the
kind of
clip,
the
yeah.
corner. He took it, just went whoop.
Yep. I'm pretty sure that was it. But it's just funny to me how he treats it like a 9 to 5 and is still like one of the best players in the league.
Yeah, dude. Like
Arguably.
he's clocking in to like do actual like a desk job or something like that. It's
It's
so
so
funny, but he's
funny.
just playing he's playing like just like elite basketball.
I know. You can't really hate him for it, too. It's just
he uses the NBA as a means of funding his actual like passion.
He just wants to go see horse racing, man, back in Serbia.
Yeah. I wonder if he likes the Indy 500 or whatever. Like, I wonder if he actually enjoys it. If he likes horse racing that much.
He should. I mean, he might as well take up that time if he's
He
treating the NBA like a 9 to 5. There you go. It's a perfect fit for him.
Go to the Pacers. You can watch the Indy 500 every year without having to travel.
There you go. Easy.
The Los Angeles Lakers. What's their how are they looking?
I mean,
Very
they're looking good.
Fold. They got a lot of depth.
They're good. They have a lot of depth, and the box score shows it. Like 5 guys were in double digits. Christian Wood, Hachimura, Taurean Prince, Gabe Vincent. D'Lo had a good game against the Kings recently. And like I said, it's just his defense. It's all in his defense. AD played a little, I think. Actually, he didn't play this game against the Kings, but neither did LeBron. But that's okay, though. They don't need to play.
The Kings are not doing very well. They're 0-2.
And the Kings had they played De'Aaron Fox. They played Sabonis.
And Sabonis, yeah.
Malik Monk. They played him. Davion Mitchell. Who didn't play for them? I mean, everyone played except I guess Keegan Murray was one of them that didn't play. I mean, they should be a good team still. I don't. De'Aaron Fox showed that he can be a superstar, and Sabonis, like double machine. Literally, he had a double that game against the Lakers, 10 and 16, and
yeah. Preseason only matters so much, in my opinion. It only matters just to test your depth. Because if your stars are fine and they stay healthy, you'll more than likely be okay. Like if Sabonis and Fox stay healthy, the Kings will be fine. At least like score wise. Plus, I mean, I don't know. I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, I think. Did we talk about last time the in-season tournament at all? I don't remember.
No.
Maybe we might have scrapped. I don't think we touched it a little bit, but like I can go more in depth. I don't know. I think it's like kind of okay, but my one complaint is I don't know why they call it just the in-season tournament. They should call it something like cooler. Like
yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. Like, are they really are the players really gonna be that motivated to, win this thing? Or, I mean, I think there's a prize pool. Like, it's just everyone gets additional money, but
Yeah, I mean, if they get
I
a good
mean, how
amount of
important
money,
is it really? Like, to like the stars, like everyone getting big
yeah. I mean,
contracts.
it all
Like, are they going
depends
to
on
be
how much
motivated
value
to
they
play
put
it?
on it as like an accolade, you know.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting, the in-season tournament. We'll see how it goes, though. I guess the NBA is just doing it for the money, but you know, we'll see how it goes. I guess. I
Yeah,
wonder. I just want to see. I mean,
I
I
just
was thinking like the prize pool would be like maybe seat like have to do with seating. Maybe that would make the players care, but I don't
yeah,
know. I
because
think it's just money.
if like you're tied with the team or like whatever, but you won the tournament, they didn't, like you would be a higher seed. Like that
Yeah,
would
that
be
would make a lot
interesting.
of sense.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. I just want to I'll just go in depth into one of the groups. West Group A. We have Memphis, Phoenix, the Lakers, Utah, and Portland. Honestly, that's a very doable group
Pretty
for the
solid group.
Lakers. I'm not gonna lie. You can dodge the Nuggets, you dodge the Warriors,
Yeah,
and then I mean, I guess the Suns are the biggest, you know, competition in that group. I mean, if we'll see if Jaw's back by then, but
I don't know. I think I don't know. I think we'll be fine if we play Memphis and something like that. Like we'll be okay.
yeah. No,
Memphis,
either way,
like
it'll just be fun to watch the in-season
yeah,
game. So thoughts about that?
yeah. I mean, a bit worried about potentially having it hurt more players because
Yeah, no,
if
and that's
yeah,
literally what comes to mind. Just like, will the big names will care enough to like risk getting injured to win this thing? I mean, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Along with the rule changes of the um like stars taking time
that's
off in order
yeah,
to
the load
like our
management.
load management. Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
looking for.
All right. Well, I'm gonna transition into NHL because the season just started, like
Some
yesterday, day
hockey
before.
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Hockey stuff.
So, Jacob, what do you think? What are
I
your
actually
thoughts
went to
on?
the Kings game
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
I saw
yesterday.
that on your Instagram
Yeah.
story. How was it?
It was electric. All the seating was sold out. It was the season opener against the Colorado Avalanche, but unfortunately we couldn't get a game one win. But still plenty of hockey to be played. We still played good. I thought we got some new guys on the team. You gotta help me out here, Chris. I forgot. Nick Lafayette, one of the rookies. We got
Alex
I think I already said this in the last
Ferrier.
podcast too.
He got in a
Um,
fight, dude. The
yeah,
rookie. You were telling
yeah,
me
Nick
about that.
Lafayette, first NHL game, got his first
Talk
fight.
about making an entrance for
I got to
the
witness that.
game.
I got to witness that. That was pretty cool. I
Yeah. I
saw
mean,
a
Colorado's just a complete team, so
yeah,
they're
they're a
they have
solid ass team,
they
but
have
well,
Rantanen,
yeah,
McKinnon,
They won a
McCarr,
couple
and
years ago, right?
they got
yeah, they
Makar,
did. So
Georgiev. Yeah,
it's not a bad loss in my opinion. And for some reason, I don't know why, but they started Cam Talbot instead of Copley. I
that's
don't
what.
know why they.
No, that's what everyone. Yeah, I was at the game, and everyone around us was like, "Why is Talbot in goal?" Like
I thought he was
all
our
the fans
backup.
want all the fans want Phoenix to have a chance, to have a better chance this season. Because I think
Yeah,
he's slept on. I think he's extremely slept on.
yeah, and isn't he? He's pretty young too, right?
Yeah, he's like
He's
29,
younger,
30.
so they should
Yeah,
try to develop him instead of trying to start a
exactly.
old veteran Cam Talbot that's in the twilight of his career.
Yeah,
Usually, in that case, he'd be the backup. If he's aging,
exactly.
36 years old, dude. I mean,
It's just a
I don't
mid goalie to me, and I don't know. He wasn't nothing special. I
know.
think Copley's like the closest we'll ever get back to quick. So I don't know, but it was
He's our
fun to
only hope
watch.
right now. So, yeah.
Yeah, he's our only hope right now. But yeah, we lost 5-2. Yeah, the last one was an empty netter. Uh, Quentin Byfield scored a goal. I
Oh
know
yeah,
that.
Byfield got a goal. I saw
Oh,
that.
and veteran King came back to the Kings. Trevor Lewis.
Yes.
Yep,
Oh,
we got
legend.
Trevor Lewis back, so that's exciting. Um, yeah, I'm excited to watch Kings play tomorrow.
I have a quick
Play the
question about
Hurricanes.
hockey. Where I was watching some stuff about Sidney Crosby and Connor Bedard and how Connor Bedard is this, like young, sort of like new guy. He's just like prodigy in hockey, and then you have Sidney Crosby. He's like this like veteran who's still really good. Like, what do you think about that kind of dynamic? That
Yeah. So have you guys seen Cars 3?
Yeah.
So you know how like it was Lightning McQueen and like he's getting kind of old and like there's this
and
new.
he's like slowing down.
It's the kind of
That's the torch.
same dynamic with Crosby and Bedard. It's like it was pretty cool to see that. But yeah,
And
what do
that
you
kind
think,
of
Chris?
reminded me last season. I'll transition into football just for this once. But basically, last season, it was like the Buccaneers played against the 49ers, and the 49ers just absolutely whipped them. And Brock Purdy was playing. So I thought that was kind of like funny. Like, you have like, the old timey like late round pick that ended up being good versus like a new guy that late round pick that ended up being good. Kind of like that same, not obviously the same exact as Batard was the first overall pick and is seen as like this prodigy. And I don't know much about Sidney Crosby other than he plays for the Bruins and that he's been in the game a long time and doing
Penguins.
good. So, oh, Penguins?
Penguins.
I thought he was
Yeah,
on the
Penguins.
Bruins. Oh, my bad.
Now you're chilling.
Shows how much I know about hockey. But
All good. All good.
yeah. But it just shows like that whole like dynamic is just almost not like passing of the torch. I don't know if I want to say that quite, but interesting.
Yeah. And I think Bedard had a point in his debut. He had an assist, so good for
Yeah,
him. Got his
first
first
NHL
point, and
point.
then he got his first goal, I think, the next game against the Bruins. Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, I've just been seeing all these posts of him, and obviously
Yeah,
the
it's just
NHL
Connor
wants
Bedard.
to NHL
All
wants to
just Connor
endorse
Bedard.
him, and
But
I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's just
good for
it's
the
kind of
kid.
funny how they
I
always
just
like
think
ride the rookies like that, and just let them
it's
play, dude. I
it's just
don't
for
know.
publicity.
I know. It's just like
It's
kind of putting a
good.
lot of pressure on the
You know
kid,
why they
but
do it?
let him
Because
play, dude.
the rookies appeal to the younger crowd because
Yeah, of
most of the
course.
rookies are like our age. So
Just like
like
McDavid, man. Just like how they
exactly,
were doing with McDavid. Now look where he is at, though. He's about to put up like
he's
another 100-point season or something. Like he's gonna be
something
I
like
saw
that.
a post like he's about to be the first player in a long time to put up 4 straight 100-point seasons or
He's the next
50 point.
Gretzky, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
with what he's shown
he's
right now,
he's
he's just got to
solid.
win a cup though. Now he's just got to
Yeah,
win a
he just needs
cup.
a cup. Yep.
Yeah, it didn't
For
look good
me,
for their debut though. So
No.
they lost 8-1 to the Canucks, by the way, the Oilers.
Oh, yeah.
That's looking rough. I don't know what happened there, but
I keep on trying to like relate it
Skinner.
to football so I can like understand. From what I understanding, it seems like not Bedard, but Connor McDavid is like Patrick Mahomes.
oh yeah, on it.
Yeah,
That's a pretty good comparison. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's been. I mean, the thing is, he hasn't won a ring yet, so or he hasn't won the cup. Sorry, in this case, but what did they make
has he won
it?
like an MVP?
Oh, I think so.
Hmm.
I don't know how many, but he's definitely won the heart many times. It's just the stats he can put up is just insane. He's just insanely raw skill player.
It's kind of
Just
funny that he
everything.
played the Kings 2 years in a row in the first round.
Yeah. Kings got bounced both times, but I don't know. I
Yeah,
guess I mean, I think he gets criticized because like he gets most of his points on the power play along with Leon Draisaitl. So they're like kind of power play merchants in a way, but just I mean, either way, like he's still an unreal talent. But
Who's your favorite hockey player, Chris?
um, um, I mean, I'm probably gonna choose a king. Probably Kopitar. I don't know. It's just he's been on the team forever and since those 2012, 2014 cup runs, and just has a deep place in my heart. So I'd have to go with Kopi.
Yeah,
Our
Kobe's the
captain,
best. And he's
man.
just down to earth.
Our captain. He's
Down to
still
earth
doing
guy.
good, dude. He continued his streak of scoring a point on opening day, I think to 6 seasons,
Mm-hmm.
which is impressive, man. I just
I want to see
I
a
want to see him win
Kobe
one more.
fight this season.
A Kobe fight, dude. I don't know if I want to see him in a fight. I don't want him to. He doesn't have to fight, dude. There's no need for him to fight. We
Who's
want
your
him
favorite
to.
hockey player, Max?
I don't really have one. I haven't really paid enough attention to hockey to really have like
Fair.
a guy resonate with me. So
Yeah, that's fair.
Well,
What about you, Goldie? Huh?
I'll probably
Come on.
say good old Wayne Gretzky with the
Yeah,
good old.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah, Kopitar. He's a
Legend.
legend, and he's just a deke master, and he's just so elegant. I just love him.
So
He's great.
elegant. I wonder how many times he's won the Selkie, because he's probably like seen as one of the best two-way players in our generation.
Let's go to a hockey
I
game.
guess.
Let's
Oh, we
go to a
should.
hockey game. All four of us. Should go. They're fun.
You know, I've actually never watched too much hockey, but hockey looks like one of those things that actually like is very entertaining because it's so.
You gotta watch it live, man. Especially at Staples Center, it's it's electric, man. You gotta watch.
My uncle and my cousin go to games all the time. So
yeah, it's so much fun.
You'll enjoy it, Max. Especially if you get close to the ice. Yes, it's a lot of fun.
I just like that there's like fights like are like expected, so like they're like the rules are like too crazy on fights. Like if you played NHL, like there's like buttons for you to punch. Like it's great. Like it's a fundamental part of it. Not fundamental. It's a part of the game is you just throwing hands, and I love that. I think that's just really funny.
Yeah.
Are you talking about EA Sports? The old EA Sports NHL 15 or something?
Talk about like the newer ones. I remember because it's on Game Pass. Like downloaded it because I was bored, and I in the game I started. I don't know who I was just fighting a dude. I thought that was great.
Yeah, hockey's the best sport to watch live.
Arguably,
it's one of the only sports, the major sports, that you can watch a team and also see a one-on-one fight with somebody.
Yeah.
Yep.
2-in-1 special.
No other sport. No other sport, man.
Yeah, but other than that,
You
not
might
really
get that
much
in
going
football,
on.
but you more get that in hockey.
Mm-hmm.
Not much going on in the hockey world yet. The season literally started yesterday, so we just gotta wait for more newsworthy stuff. So
We'll see in a few weeks. Probably we'll be able to get like a good gauge about teams forming and stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You guys been following I highly doubt it though, but the WNBA?
I know they're in the finals. Yeah, the
yeah,
Aces
Vegas and
kind of blew out the Liberty in the last game. I saw that. I mean, what's
Vegas
her name?
won
Ajay
last
Wilson.
year?
Yeah, they did, right? Yeah.
With Kelsey Plum and Asia Wilson, dude. Asia Wilson, she's like dominant in the paint, dude. Then you got Kelsey Plum who could shoot outside the key and like from beyond the arc. You know, it's crazy because she's also left-handed too. So, but the thing is, the Liberty they haven't been to the finals since the early 2000s, since the franchise for the whole entire league started. So that was the last time they were going against the LA Sparks team. So that was the last time that
Sparks this weekend.
Yeah, that was the last time they were ever in the finals. So for this new freshly built team, this is their first time. So it's not going to be as easy as it would be probably in the regular season, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Is the finals what is it, best of? Do you know?
I think it's best of 5. I think
it is. So the Aces are are on the brink of winning.
If
right
they
now.
if the Liberty don't pull it together on their side, it's going to be a sweep. But knowing them and how much they worked hard to have one of the best records in the whole entire league, they can't give up that easily.
Yeah. They have the Liberty. They have
Brianna Stewart.
Sabrina Ionescu. You have Christy Vandersloot. But the Liberty play the finals. They play Game 3 on Sunday, so that's gonna be the turning point if the Liberty lose and they get swept, or they actually put up a fight and they continue the series.
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, to have, especially just following Sabrina Ionescu's career, being only in the WNBA 5 years and being a first pick from Oregon, and to beat Steph Curry's record of 3 points in a single season, in a regular season, you can't give that up. So I mean, she hasn't been. I don't think she's been shooting the ball as much as she normally would during the regular season, though.
Yeah, I've been looking at her box score. Like last game, she's 2 for 10. Game before that was 2 for 7. Yeah, seems to be taking a step back. I mean, just by the stats from I don't know. I haven't been watching the games, but I'm just looking at the box scores.
I think it also could be first timer being nervous since it's a
Yeah,
it's the big stage, so you don't
I'm
know
looking.
what to
Yeah,
expect.
her numbers in the season look pretty good, like really good. She had some lights out shooting performances, like 7 for 13 in this game. She had 29 points. Yeah, that's a good game. 5 for 10, 6 for 12 from three. Yeah, she can shoot the lights out. That's crazy.
Yeah, her and there was another girl or another woman that stepped up and just was just going crazy. I think it was what's her name?
Was it on the New York or
Yeah, she was on the Liberty
I
team.
think was it Johannes? I
Yes.
was seeing some clips of her. I was
Yeah.
seeing some clips of her.
One-legged threes.
Yeah, I saw that. The one
That
that get
is
three. Yeah,
crazy. I could not even do that to
yeah.
save my life.
Staunton. Was it game one? She shot 4 for 7 from three, 14 points. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's impressive.
it's gonna be a very interesting Sunday with the NFL and then the finals.
Yeah. And I think to go back to baseball, I think the CSs will start by then too.
I can't wait to watch Diamondbacks Phillies. I'm honestly rooting for the Diamondbacks to win it all because
Kind of wanted to. I want to preview that a little bit, like the Astros
yeah,
and
I would like to
Rangers. I
preview.
don't
Yeah,
think we
let's
got
hear
to,
it. Let's
we
hear it.
didn't talk about that yet, but man, it's gonna be like I think well I mentioned it earlier in the pod today, but the managerial matchup of Bochy versus Baker is gonna be big, and then just the Texas rivalry. I think that's gonna be a fun series to watch, in my opinion. And then like Justin Verlander's on the Astros and
Mm-hmm.
Max
I just
Scherzer's on
hope
the Rangers, both former
it's
Mets.
just sus. It's sus to me how the Astros get to the CS every year, man, or most. I don't know.
Uh,
It's just so
uh,
weird.
I mean, that's weird, but I mean, just I don't know, they just continue to show up, and they're just a postseason team, dude. I don't know. There's nothing else to
I don't
say.
know. I don't know.
I mean, they had the Twins, dude. To be fair, no one really expected the Twins to beat the Astros. To be fair, so
True. True.
yeah, it's
So
gonna be fun to watch, though. Who do you think's gonna win between Phillies and D-backs? So I mean, I think Philly will
honestly,
take it.
the way the Diamondbacks have been playing, I'm gonna say Diamondbacks. They
Okay.
want it, man.
Yeah,
They want it.
with that energy, they could probably beat Philly. I don't know. It might go to like 7 games though.
But yeah, but
Yeah.
The Philly crowd is also
No, literally, Citizens Bank Park is probably like one of the hardest
it's
environments to play in
oh
right
yeah,
now
by
in terms of
far. I was
playoff
watching the
atmosphere.
highlights earlier, and it was I gotta show you guys the highlights later. Spencer Strider was they were all the whole stadium was screaming, "We want Strider!" the whole time he was pitching, bruh,
And it worked.
and it worked. It was
Castellanos had two
insane.
dingers too, so
Yep, first
he's been
MLB
going
player
off.
to hit back to back multiple home runs in a
Yeah, I
postseason
saw
game.
that.
Insane. So that's
I
also a
saw his
great matchup.
son. I saw his son celebrating too in the stands. Must be a fun moment.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
Don't mess with
great.
Bryce Harper though. Moral of the
Yeah,
story: don't mess with Bryce Harper.
oh yeah, he's a weapon, man. He's a weapon.
After
So
the what Orlando Arcia said in the clubhouse, attaboy Harper. I don't know if you guys heard of that
what
little
happened? What
news
happened?
thing. Well, remember was it the game that the Braves won? Was it game
Mhm,
2? I think it was game 2. Uh,
mhm.
there's a Castellanos hit a fly out to center. Michael Harris made a crazy catch. Harper was on the run from first, right? And he was just no matter what if Castellanos made contact, he was going because he wanted to score. That's was on his mind right away, so he went right away. And when Michael Harris caught the ball, he got doubled up on first, and they won the game because of that. And the Braves are celebrating. It was a big win, and because they were going to go down 2-0 if not. And apparently when they were going back in the clubhouse, Orlando Arcia was like, "Attaboy Harper, attaboy." Apparently one of the reporters kind of caught that, and it obviously made it to the media and made it to social media and all that, and he took it personal. and the next game he hit 2 home runs. So I mean, it's just Bryce Harper's just got that dog in him, you know. He's fun to watch, dude. That's all. I mean, just a fun player to watch in the playoffs. He continues to show up, so that was definitely something that stuck out to me in that series for sure. You don't want to mess with him.
No.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't think the Phillies, or I mean, the D-backs will beat them, but because the Phillies have been there, and you know, I don't know. I mean, when was the last time the last time the D-backs were in the World Series? I think it was in '01. I'm pretty sure against the Yankees, and they won. So, but we'll see. You never know. That's the fun thing about baseball is like anything could happen,
Maybe
literally. So,
maybe they just want revenge for last year.
hmm Oh yeah, the Phillies will definitely want revenge, especially if it's against the Astros. So,
Would you say the Phillies are a better team this year than last year?
I mean, they have like it's like the same core, really, like the same core guys. They just don't have Reese Hoskins. I think their first baseman, he came up huge in the series against the Braves. So, but I mean, they still beat the Braves without him. It's like the same core. So, I mean, I mean, just in terms of like they've been there now. So I think they're a better team now. So just judging based off of experience. So yeah, I don't know.
It'll be fun World Series. So
Yeah. Looking forward to it, even though the Dodgers aren't in. It'll still be fun to watch.
yeah, we still get to watch Trey Turner.
Oh, Trey
So
Turner, man. His story is just amazing.
oh
Just
yeah,
what the Philly fans did for him. I think I mentioned it before in the last podcast, but
they love Trey Turner.
yeah. Ever since that standing O, like I said before, he just showed up.
Hmm.
I just want what the Phillies have, man, with the Dodgers. Just show up in the postseason.
Remember
Whatever.
when Trey Turner had like a bunch of home runs in the World Baseball Classic?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and everyone kind of like put him on this pedestal. And to start off the season, he was pretty bad, but ever since the standing O, and he showed up finally. Man was Captain America for a little bit.
All right, guys. Well, that's all we got. Any last words from any of my co-hosts?
Yeah, guys, make sure to like, give us a follow, share this around to all your friends and family, your neighbors, and show some support.
Don't
We
forget
love
your
doing
pets.
this.
Don't forget your pets.
And your pets, and your lizards, and your spiders, and your lions, bears. Oh my. All right, guys. See you guys next week.
Thank you for listening. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.